Hi, I'm Alan Culpepper. I write the Coach Culpepper article in Competitor magazine, and we're going to talk about some tips for racing the Boston Marathon. So when you get to Boston, there's obviously a lot of excitement. It's a premier race. It's one of the premier properties in the running space, and there's also the demographic that it represents with kind of the upper echelon of runners. It's easy to get swept up in the moment and to get a little bit overexcited. So the key is really tempering your emotions and really being mindful that you're here to race. And yes, you want to enjoy the experience. You want to have a great time. You want to meet other runners. You want to take it all in, but you need to temper that and you need to be mindful of that. All that energy, you need to still store it up for race day. So race morning, it's a unique dynamic in that you're going to get shuttled out several miles all the way out to the start in Hopkinton. You're going to have some time where you're going to be waiting around, waiting in line, use the restrooms, all that kind of thing. So you need to be, again, tempering your emotions. You need to be mindful of planning ahead, of bringing some fluids with you, bringing your whatever fuel you need for that morning, and allowing yourself to not get too excited when you get on the bus, but to let your emotions stay relaxed, and then to let it build as you get closer to the race. It's just a unique dynamic. It's one of those unique races where you have to be calm, and you have to have a calm mind as you lead, even race morning. And with that several hour buildup, you have to be extremely mindful of that. So the key to this race is really paying attention to how you feel early, but also holding back a little bit. Even course records years, they've gone out where the first 6 miles have still been within reason. It's easy to get caught up and just go crazy the first 6 miles. So you still need to trust how you feel, recognize that you're going to be pounding downhill for the first 30 or 40, 50 minutes of the race. And so you need to just be mindful of that as you lead into the flat section, trying to get into a nice rhythm as you head into the hills. So the key to the hills is hopefully you've been doing that some of your training. You've incorporated some hill running, you've incorporated some race pace on undulating courses. All the all-time greatest Boston runners, the Billy Rogers of the world, they did almost all their long runs on the course itself. So there's a key to getting used to that sensation of running through undulating courses. So I would incorporate that into your training. But the key to the hills is really staying consistent. You don't want to attack the hill. You also don't want to necessarily back way off. You just want to stay consistent. You want to use your body to lean into the hill, go to the arms, shorten your stride, be mindful of your breathing, all that. Don't get too caught up in the moment by saying, all right, now I'm going to attack the hills and try and make up time or anything like that. It's really about staying consistent so when you come over the top, you then have another gear to recover and then have that last 4 miles to finish strong. So the last several miles can start to feel kind of long because you feel like you should be there. The crowds are thick, it's exciting, but it still has a ways to go. The last 2K for me seemed extremely long. So you make that turn onto Boylston, you still have a good 600 yards. So you need to really pace yourself throughout that. Keep your mind focused on the finish, about all the way to the finish, all the way through as you come down those last several miles. All right, hope that helps in your training and your racing of one of the greatest races in the world, the Boston Marathon. We'll see you at the finish line.